All right, good morning, traders. Got a gap down in the SPY. SPY coming all the way down to the 50-day. Close to the 50-day. But at 425, looks like it may try to bounce there. May not. It could also just drop. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what's going to happen with the SPY. There's not much news really going on there. See, Verb, what you got going on? Don't like that. SGLC getting a little attention this morning. KDMIN. Pivotal trial data. Price target raise. It's a little bit higher float. Close to doing a crossover though. Very close to a crossover right there at the 415. Looks like it needs to break over 420. My GLG swing, I may have to get out of here. Good morning, Cool J. Good morning, Lightning Rick. GLG is trying to push up a little bit. We got the VXX with some volume. SGLC with a pullback. I'm going on SGC. I'm going to hop in here for 10 shares. Looks like it wants to try to push. Very nice. Up to 14. Let's see. See if it gets hung up or can break out over 14 here. So getting rejected at 14. Let's see, what is the SPY doing? up some. There's nothing on the NYSE gainer list hardly. SPY trying to hold at 425. Getting a little pushback. A little indecision here. See if it can hold up. I may have to jump out here. Got AHER trying to push up again. Got to break $5. I want to keep that on close watch though, because if I could break 5, I could really get going. GLG starting to come back up. GLG all the way to 97 cents so far. Trying to break over that 200. SGLC is really cracking here. I probably should have took it up at 14. See if I can hold right here. Pop back over to AHER real quick because it looks like it wants to try to break. XCLA, nothing there yet. NXRP, Ox bar. Yeah, it's a little bit quiet. SPY's rebounding a little bit, starting to try to rebound back up. Yeah, AHER starting to crack. SGLC may crack as well. Looking a little bit ugly. Good morning, Jimmy. Good morning, One Life. AHER has a long way to drop if it can't hold up 450. See, this downtrend on XCLA is gonna break over 350. Oh, SGLC really starting to come down. See if it's gonna hold 10 or not. Or 12, that's what I meant, 12. See if we can hold 12. What's GLG doing? Had a quick shoot up. Okay, so it's just kind of hanging out right below $1 at the moment. Definitely an ugly morning so far. Nothing crazy happening at all anywhere. Besides CYTK having a big gap up and it's trying to push. I guess we could put that on the watch list. That's pretty low float. Yeah, looks like I want to get out of SGLC here. It's big sell off. Just isn't slowing down either. I can't hold this anymore. I've held this long enough. I'm losing money just sitting there holding it. There's Sam. Getting a little barky bark in. SXTC, possible crossover. Interesting. $200 that's at 183, 175 area. I don't think I want to try to get in there this early because it could turn around. Yeah, yeah, definitely was the sell bark. That's why I got out of there. Yeah, nothing really. So I wonder why my scanners are not working. HPI. There you go. Now they're working. I was wondering what that's. Okay. AHPI starting to run. Getting that crossover. AHPI is probably a good watch right now. Let's see what else we got. AEMD getting some action here too. So there's some stocks ripping. I just wasn't looking at any of them that were ripping. AQST, yeah, that's another one. All right, we got a couple of rippers here. Let's see, let's go percent change. There we go. HYR. Well, that's still holding 450. If I can continue to hold 450, that may be a play. AEMD. This could get going. See, HPI, man, that's got some room to run. See, 670 is kind of where it's getting hung up at. See what happens here, because I may go on this. If this candle starts pushing back up, turning green. Yeah, I'm going. Starting to push back up again. Let's see, where'd I get filled at? 646. Actually, I probably should have waited till this candle closed to see how it closed. This could turn back around. AMD's still going. Keep it on watch. Nothing there. Here we go. AHPI starting to push back up again. Need to see this candle push back up. Yeah, it doesn't look good. This is a decision candle. It's starting to sell off a little bit. It's gonna close on this candle in a minute though. The SPY still at 425, not doing much. This candle's fixing to close. Looks like it's going to close over the 10 there, so that's good. And I may add here. AEHR is still hanging around 450, so that's one to keep on watch. Trying to hold. Whoa, AHPI just coming back down again. It's looking like it was gonna push. Nah, I have to get out of this now. Oh, SPY's looks like it's about, yeah, SPY's about to dump. I'm going to have to get out of AHPI if the SPY's going to dump. AQST's pulled back down. They've got the FD acceptance, so they do have good PR. Just not getting much volume, that's the only thing. Needs some more volume, but if it does get volume, it could start moving. Let's see, CTRD, what are you doing? Let's see, CTRD got halted. No news on that. 11 million in shares. Hello, Lori. How are you today? EMD. CTRD's got to break 450 for it to start running. HPI is starting to crack 6. We'll have to probably get out of this too. Just nothing going very long. We'll go here on CTRD. It's trying to push up, holding up on the day there. Oh shit, AHPI cracking too. Man, choppy market. Kind of getting killed on AHPI at the moment. I got in at the top. No wonder. I shouldn't have bought him way up there. That was a dumb move. Dumb move there. For sure. I didn't even realize I was in at the top. CTRD is still trying to push up. Let me put CTRD up here. CTRD is trying. I gotta pull myself together here. I'm trading terribly. Now that I'm looking at these plays. Hold on just a second, guys. I'll be right back. And CTRD started cracking again? GLG back up to $1. If it can break $1 again, then this could start going. Or GLG. I don't know if I said GRG or GLG. SPY just continuing to dump, so if the SPY cracks this 50-day moving average, it's on. The crash has started. We are very close to that too. 423. Crack of 423, and that is it. We're going to see the correction. Could be the correction of a century. HPI trying to hold this $6 area. I like that kind of indecision candle there. CTRD trying to rebound. See how the market. Let's see how the market watch looks. Oh yeah. Oh, it's so red. AEMD is slowly creeping up. It's actually got a long ways to run if it could get going. And is HPI going to hold up or not? Actually, the purple's crossing over the 200, so yeah, it might. I am fine, Lori. I'm a little slightly annoyed with my start because I kind of started firing it off when I should have been a little bit more patient, but I haven't fired off too much yet. You know, we're just getting started. Oh boy. Oh boy. We're getting very close to cracking this 50-day. This is the first time the SPY will have cracked a 50-day since March. And then before that, the other two times it cracked the 50-day, it dropped all the way down to the 200. And you see where the 200 is. It was way down there. This is a big space right there for the market to continue to drop if it doesn't hold up here. Let's see, AEHR still holding around that 450 area, but it is looking kind of bearish at the moment. CTRD cracking. I'm just gonna get out of that. I'm just gonna get out of it since it's cracking. I'm not gonna hold that much longer. Trying to give AHPI a chance to come back up, but I don't know if it's going to or not. I sort of have Charles Schwab. I think you can buy fractionals, but I'm not sure. You'd have to ask H&H about that. He knows way more about Charles Schwab than I do. I tried Charles. I tried it, and I tried it back to back against Thinkorswim, and in the end, Thinkorswim is just better. But me and H&H are probably going to have a debate here soon of which one's better, because he loves Charles Schwab and I love TD. I can't ever quit it. I keep trying to quit it, and then something brings me back in, and I'm like, well. AEHR, trying to hold that. Man, I am. Is there anything moving that I'm not seeing? Okay, good. Spy rebounded there a little bit. Getting a little bounce off the 50, but that doesn't mean anything yet. That Spy could easily... This is interesting. That the... It's interesting that the purple line is crossing the 200-day. I mean, we're technically bullish on AHPI right now on the 5-minute chart, but we're bullish on the daily chart too. That looks interesting. AQST. I don't know if I want to take a shot on that or not. Oh, wait a minute. AHPI just had a random... Not a lot of volume on the AHPI at the moment either. YVR slowly climbing a little bit. SXTC popping up too. Break of 175. Well, actually, break of 185, and SXTC could start moving. It just moved up there. Something moved up. That's not it. Yeah. Yeah, good thing I got out of CTI. Coming down, cracking. $10 million. Interesting. Some pretty good PR. It's an EV press release basically, so it definitely could start getting some hype. I just want to make sure it's going to hold up because it is up so high. I don't want to jump in there and it crack down on me. Oh, AHPI may be coming back alive here. Pretty strong support at 6 on AHPI. I mean, it tested it there, but pretty much held up. But it does need to get back above the 10. Still testing that 450 support on AHER. I'm going to add here on my position on AHAI, bring my average down some. So it looks like it wants to try to push again. I can get 10 more here at this 612 area. Another buyer just came in there at 612 for some reason. 612 trying to hold his support. Now I'm adding here because it's pushed back up. I mean, we're pretty bullish. The purple line crossed the 200. The gray line stayed above the purple line. Even though we had this pullback, we're still pretty bullish on this. And you see buying slowly starting to come back in here. I got 90 shares, so this thing can rip. Could be a good win, but got to continue to push. we gotta break 650. There we go. Let's go, AHPI. Let's get frisky. Let's come back alive here. Oh yeah, there we go. We're just now getting frisky. 7 is going to be some resistance. So I may look to lock out at 7 if it doesn't. If it can push up there. We did just push for a new high a day. Yeah, that's a good thing, you know. You're not down 65 bucks. That's definitely a good thing. A 65-cent loss is nothing. You'll make that back easy. We got a nice U shape too on AHPI. But we need to see it break over yeah, we need to see it break over like 650, 660, really 660, and hold above it. Start building support at 660 if it's going to continue to rip. Yeah, there we go. You heard me, AHPI. I'm glad you did. There we go. Starting to show a little strength, holding over 660. If we hold over 660, we should explode to 7. Yep. Come on. Gotta get that 675. There you go. There you go. Through 680. There we go. So we're getting hung up at 675 a little bit. Yeah, there's some sellers at 675 we got to get through. Bid stacking, there we go, at 650, and then came all the way in at 665. So 650, very strong support at the moment. See if we can get through 675. We're going to test right here. Oh, right through 675 that time. Seller's still trying to come in. I think they got a little shocked on that one because there was quite a bit of selling at 675 and they just got taken out so quick. It just sliced right through them. It's going to be one of those ones that stops right before 7 and doesn't quite touch 7. 675 starting to hold us some support. Oh, ooh, crazy spread. They're all over the place. So we're still getting rejected at 675 even though we broke through it. The price is trying to push back below. And on this 5 minute, it's trying to close. It's going to close right now, about right at 670. So let's see if this can continue here, or if I'm going to have to hop out. Ooh, God, SPY's testing that 423 hard. SPY getting very close to a dump. This is the Thinkorswim platform, TD Ameritrade's platform. Where did we get to? We got to 690, so we couldn't even get to 7. $650 needs to hold up here. Looks like it's trying. Let's see, Verb coming up to 3, possible $3 breakout on Verb at the moment. We're starting to heat up a little bit here in the penny stock world. Starting to get a little frisky around here. AMD pushing back up. AHER holding that 450 still. Possible big curl up. Boy, we are getting some crazy volume in here. Look at this. We were slow and now stocks are popping around all over on my list. It's that Fed money coming in. Federal Reserve's trying to pump right now. Like, oh no, we can't let this SPY drop below 450. Or not 450, but the 50-day moving average. There we go, starting to push again. Crazy spread again. Why is sometime it's letting me... I don't know what's going on with Thinkorswim today. Little pullback here. Cracking 650 for a split second. Now you guys see it buyers coming back in at 650, but we don't want to continue to test 650. We want to be testing up here, not down here. Don't want to test the floor. This candle is fixing to close. We'll see how the next one opens. AEHR still curling. Almost a double bottom here going on. Need to hold. This candle's fixing to close. It needs to hold over 650. Got 12 seconds. Yeah, it closed right above 650. Smashing the like button. You love losing money. You losing money today too, Elvis? It's a rough market right now because the SPY is overall market is I like all that red. Here we go, starting to push up. If this candle pushes over 675, we're gonna be off to the races on this. You can see the selling pressure, them trying to keep it below 675 because they know, the shorters know it's gonna get nasty if that breaks. Don't like that. Testing 650 again. Yeah, come back up. Stop hanging out at 650. Get up here and test 675. Alright, I slowed down again. Now 650 starting to hold as resistance. So we may pull back here, and if we pull back, we could pull all the way back down to 6.8, 607. If this doesn't hold above the 10 there, the gray line. AHER trying. Still nothing yet on it, but it's trying. See JAGX popping up. A Verb and JAGX popping up. We're still holding 650 on the HPI. Still trying to hold up there. Come on, get up here and test. Just push up a little bit more. This candle's fixing to close, so this is going to be, well, unless it can break 675 in 3 seconds. Now it closed at 664, so that's a good close. There we go. Starting to test testing 675 through 6. Oh, nope. We were through it for half a second. See if buying volume starts pushing in here. $6.75, holding up pretty strong. $6.60 starting to hold that support. That's good. Here we go for another test of 675. I have no idea what you're talking about or what your name means. Verb running. Verb was a possibility. It broke 3, that's what I was saying earlier. Just check verb out for a second there. Yeah, climbing, like I said, over that 3. As long as it holds above 3, it could continue to climb. Looks like we're going to give it another test here. See, buying slowly pushing in. These last 2 candles. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see if we're going to test 7. We got held up at 690 earlier. So But we're going to have to break through 690. Yeah, you can see we hit 690 again and got rejected pretty fast. So we're going to need big buying volume to push it over 690. We are getting some increase in volume over the last two candles though. We're still testing 675. You can see right across there where it keeps holding up as resistance. Alright, that candle's opening up right at 670. If any nice size buying volume comes in on this candle, this should be it. This should be the breakout. Can't believe 675 is holding up this much. Especially when we broke over it multiple times. What does that say now? Monday morning, 285 companies reached new 52-week lows. Ooh, the SPY's down at that 423 again at the bottom of it, testing it. Oof. That's making me kind of nervous, man. If that SPY cracks, everything could turn red. Okay, it pushed back up for a minute off of 423. So we're basically consolidating in the 650 to 675 area. So out of this consolidation, we're either going to sell off or we're going to get that pop up to 7. Oh, GLG back over $1. My swing. Just a little more. Just a little more. There you go. Let's break 675 again and this time stay above it. And maybe we're testing it real hard here. Yeah. Oh, we got a bid at 675. So that the bids can move back up to 675. If 675 starts holding the support, then we are good to go. Yeah, there's a buyer there at 674, decent size. And he got taken out. Buyers are trying to get there. There we go. Bid starting to stack at 675. Very nice. Very nice. We're looking good here. Got to break through 790 or 690 though. See, 675 still holding. Very nice. Oh, here we go. Damn, we hit 7 really quick. Well, we hit 697. We didn't quite hit 7. Let's see if this is going to break over 7 here. Maybe. There it goes. See, how frisky are we going to get? How much further do we got? We got up to 731. See if 7 can hold. Very nice, very nice. I'm gonna lock it. I'm gonna lock out 50. And then I got 40 left, and I'm going to hold this other 40 as long as 7 holds. If 7 can hold, I'm in. If 7 cracks, I'm out. And 7 trying to hold. A lot of indecision. We're still getting held up at 7, so we're gonna need some big buying to really come in and have a strong break over 7, because we didn't have a very strong break. We just popped the 715 and that was it. We need a strong break, like up to 720. And still indecision. We're starting to get bids over 7. That's a good sign. Some selling at 707 for some reason. See if these bids continue to stack at 7. Very nice. Bunch of sellers sitting at 710. Getting good buying volume here so far. We may be about to make another leg up here. See if we can take out these sellers here at 710. Nope, not yet. $7.10 still holding his resistance. And got about a minute left on this candle. Still quite a bit of indecision. Yeah, we're still trying to hold 7 though. So it's going to probably depend on this next candle, because we got 30 seconds on this candle to close. And it looks like this candle's going to close as indecision, unless it all of a sudden starts popping here right at the last couple of seconds. But more than likely it's going to close at an indecision, and the next candle, if it starts dropping red, I'm getting out. If it starts turning green, we're along for the ride. Yeah, this is going to close right at 7, more than likely. Yeah. We're trying to push up. Yeah. 680 trying to hold. SPY getting a rebound back up to 420, 424 something, almost 425. How's AHER doing? AHER creeping back up to 5. I may start looking to build a position there. Maybe. HPI trying to push back up over 7. We're still just indecision and right here at 7. So this could go either way. But no matter what, because I locked in half of it up there over 7, I should be guaranteed at least 50 here in profit. Which will make up for my 2 losses I took so far today and be about, it put me green on the day. But I'm trying to see if this is going to squeeze out of this. I don't want to say squeeze because it's not a squeeze necessarily. It could be. Oh, now that's a good move right there. That's what we want to see. This is what I was waiting to see. See it push over the top of this indecision candle. Yeah, we're going bullish. Let's go. We just hit 715. Low resistance there. But it looks like we're going to try to make another leg up here. Like I said, there is probably some resistance at the 725 area, the top of this candle. My position's right here. All my positions are on this side, on the sidebar. You can see P&L day 60. I've got 40 left. My average is 617. Yeah, we got, what do we get hit at? So 715 is acting as some strong resistance. We're going to have to break 715. 710, 715, 725. Basically this whole area here. Give me just a second, guys. Oh yeah, we're looking good though. Holding over 7. That's all we need to do is just hold over 7 right here, and then we could get that explosion up. Nope, nope, dropping back below 7. What am I looking on? What are you looking on the daily? On the daily, I'm just looking for support and resistance. This is the daily chart back here. Yeah, right through here is a lot of congestion at 7:15. So 7:15 is really tough. Looks like we're going to try to push up again here to test it, but 7 strong. And then we just got just congestion at 7:15. See, AHER still slowly creeping up. Looks like it's going to maybe try to make a cup and handle up to 5 and break a 5. That could get going. Oh, AHPI coming back down a little bit here. Let's see. I might have to get ready to lock the rest of this out. We're still, let's see where, we're still pretty much testing 7. Oh. If that gray line cracks, I'm getting out for sure. The ask is all the way up at 690 at the moment. It just came down a little bit. It's starting to feel heavy here. Okay, there just came some buying in there. Let's see if it pushes back over 7. Because I'm like super close to locking this out. Because this is an indecision candle followed by a red, a bearish engulfing candle. Usually means sell off, but this candle hasn't closed yet, so I'm trying not to jump the gun, but it does look like it's going to be a bearish engulfing, and if this is a bearish engulfing, we're going to come down to at least 650. And I'm not going to hold this the rest of my position back down to 650. Trying to see if the 675 support's gonna hold up. And that is the last. Well, we can. No, this is gonna crack. I need to get out of it. See if we can get one push back up real quick. Hey, how dumb am I? I sit there and said that this is going to be a red and bearish engulfing candle. And I was probably going to drop to 650 and I just didn't lock it out. And that's pretty dumb. I'm sitting there calling what it's going to do, and then I don't even listen to myself 5 seconds afterwards. But at least I locked out half above 7. And I didn't hold. Yeah, I'm just gonna lock it the rest of the way out. So $44 there. And I was down 31, so I'm up a little bit. But better to be green than not green. GLG, how you doing, buddy? GLG still slowly climbing. Purple line just crossing the 200. All right. Give me a couple of minutes here, guys. I'm going to take a break now that I'm out of that. Try to refocus my brain and see if we can't find one more trade to make some money on. I'm thinking AHER is going to try to test 5. It's slowly building up for this test. Possible cup and handle pattern. Yeah, I'll be right back, guys. All right, I'm feeling a little better now. I got some sun. Thank you, Lori. Appreciate that. Trying to get these eyeballs a working. Now, AHPI may not be done. I just didn't want to hold it all the way down to 653 and then it crack and then I lose profit. So I had to lock it out because I can always get back in. I still got some funds left. But let's see. SPY trying to come back up, but if it doesn't break 425, the SPY is going to dump. But look at that, we're holding that 50-day. NXRP, what are you doing? That's trying to come back up slowly. AEHR still, so where it get to 490. So it's gonna have to hold up right here and curl back up. That, let's see. I got 4 minutes on that candle. This looks like an indecision candle at the moment, so could still crack. Verb just hanging out of above 3, couldn't break. I'm almost tempted to add to my GLG swing, but I already got enough shares. I don't want to overdo it. Uh-oh. The SPY could not break 425, starting to come back down a little bit. Getting redder and redder. Only thing, the only big stock that's holding up is Nvidia. Nvidia is the truth. Nvidia's got the best graphics cards. You don't get a good graphics card unless it's Nvidia. So right now, the only couple of plays I'm seeing with a possibility at the moment is AHPI for that break of 7 if it can come back up, and then AHER for the break of 5. Still getting that indecision. NXRP may be a possible play if this 10 if the gray line crosses the purple line, if the 10 crosses the purple, I could see that start popping. So they got evidence that its drug helps prevent cytokine storm in patients. So COVID patients. So that is possibly that is good PR. FND. Let's take a look at FND. Floor and Decor Holdings. With the SPY, if the SPY can hold up Let's see, it's almost broke 425. The SPY starts pushing back up, then yeah, FND could rebound. See, Verb's starting to push up a little bit more, back up to 310. HPI, nothing there yet. Where's JAGX? We know JAGX can run if it starts going. It's not doing much. What do they got? Oh, they've got some type of SPAC financing. You made 350 today with it? That's nice. It's just too high for me. I don't like trading. I don't like day trading stocks this high in price. It's just not my thing. But there is money to be made in large caps day trading. There's money no matter what prices you're paying. This XT, let's see, that's SXTC starting to try to pop up. It's got a line on there. 200 days at 183. That's a possible play. HPI cracking back down to 650, so this is looking pretty done. But anytime you see indecision candles like this at the top of the stock chart of the price, and it gets followed by that bearish engulfing candle, it's usually a sell-off. If this would have been green and pushed up, then it would have continued to run, obviously, but indecision candles, very, very important. APT, that got a little run. Face mask, personal equipment, because we're getting all this, oh God, we're getting all this news about the new Delta COVID variant, and oh God, it's gonna be the end. That's what they say. It's gonna be worse. That's what the media's saying. The Delta variant's going to take over. I've been day trading for 7 years. For a while. I'm an old man. That's how old I am. I'm not sitting like this for any specific, like to try to look cool or anything. I'm sitting like this because my back. I'm trying to stretch my back out. See, AEHR. Look, indecision there, and we're starting to get a green candle. I just don't want to touch it until the gray line pops over the purple line. But possibly could push up to 5 here. We are making this cup and handle if the handle can continue. See, well, we're only up 37%. It's not up that high. I'm gonna wait and see how this candle closes and how the next one starts opening up. Might look for a entry there on AHER. Got a big old triangle here on AEMD. Yeah. Basically got to break. Yeah, it's got to break back over 450 to break that triangle. Where was that one? That one went away that I was looking at, that $10 one. I don't know what the ticker was anymore. It is possible. I mean, SGLC is one to continue to keep watching because it's held half of its gain since it popped. So it's like testing this $10 area of support basically over the last 4 days. So, I mean, if it continues to hold over that, it is bullish on the daily. It's above all EMAs on the daily. But you just got a lot of resistance at 15. It's got to break 15 to really get going again. That's what I was looking for earlier when I got in it. Because it pushed all the way up to 14. I thought maybe it was going to push back, but I ended up buying a falling knife on that. Unless you don't want to buy a falling knife, but you see my entry there. Bought in right on the falling knife. The thing is, like, it all depends on what the SPY does with pretty much any play, because if the market starts dumping, it ain't really going to matter for the most part. I mean, we could see a lot of volume come into the cheap low floats, which we are. I mean, let's see, how much volume have we had? Yeah, we've had pretty good volume today on the NASDAQ. Actually had, yeah, very light volume on the NYSE though. Well, that's what it was. It was NXRP I was looking at. See, AHPI still holding 650. So that's a possible play. At the moment, it looks like AEMD is going to curl off this resistance and maybe have another pullback. But if it cracks out of this triangle, it could drop pretty hard. SPY is struggling. It's trying to get back over 425, but having some issues there. Now, if I was correct with my prediction over the weekend that they're going to pump the market back up, then we could see everything turn real hot. I can imagine there's a lot of people who lost money on RCAT today. Why'd they even trade RCAT? RCAT was on the list and I took it off because it looked like garbage. Oh, God. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you bought in after this big old dip, bought in really bearish. Alf's doing good. Well, Alf, I hadn't seen Alf anywhere. Yeah, Alf's slowly climbing. Has his downtrend on the daily though that it's got a break, and that's right at 11:30. So we do have an indecision candle there from Friday, and it is. So I would say it depends on how Alf closes today. If Alf closes in the green, then I could see Alf ripping tomorrow, especially if the Fed start pumping the market again. Which I think they're going to. Oh, I can't say this damn ticker for nothing. Whatever, air. That's what I'm calling it. Cracking. You see, we got that indecision, and we got another indecision followed by a bearing and goldfish candle. So, little sell off there. It's pretty much done for now because that cup and handle is ruined. So you got to wait for the confirmation. HPI looks like it's starting to come down. AMD. We are at the tippy tip of this triangle. I may look for an entry here. Yeah, I'm going on this. I'm going to go 40 shares. Starting to break this triangle a little bit. Where am I in at? I'm in at 454. That's a little higher than I would like, but... $475 is very tough resistance. We gotta test 475. We're still kind of getting hung up in this 450 area at the downtrend. So if buying starts pushing in here a little bit, come on up, come on up. Just don't want this to be a fake out breakout on this triangle, because in this choppy market, this could easily be a fake out. We're starting to push. Oh yeah, no, I don't think this is going to be a fake out. It still could until it breaks 475. It still could just hit 475 and turn back around, but. Float on this. This is a very low float. Yeah, it's not getting a ton of volume. But if it starts getting millions in volume, it could really rip. It's got a lot of room on the daily chart. That's why I like it. Well, it's got room with the 5. If it can break for a new high over 475, then we can see it push up to 5. And if it can break 5, it's really got a lot of room. If it can't break 5, then we're gonna have some issues. But we gotta get through 475 first. So let's worry about that. The way that got held up, you could actually draw the triangle like that Yeah, that's more accurate. So actually, we still got to break out of the triangle. SPY is almost back over 425. I don't see much else doing anything at the moment. So yeah, this is probably going to start getting some more volume. Hold on a second. All right. No, I'm not going to average down. If it starts cracking below my entry, I'm going to get out. It's a lot of times it's not a good idea to average down, even though I do it sometimes on these type of stocks, these low float penny stocks like this. If you average down, you may be averaging down the rest of your life because sometimes they never come back up. So not a good idea because it's like buying a fallen knife, and if you keep averaging down into a fallen knife and it just keeps falling and falling, you're just going to lose more and more money. But at this point, it's pushing up. There's no reason I need to average down. I'm up in profit right now. I'm up $6 if this can break 475 here. We did just hit 475 new high, so that's a good sign. But we just don't want it to get held up there at that high at 475. And if it starts pushing back down, well, we're looking pretty decent here. HPI at the moment, it possibly still could get going. Oops, what'd I just do? Where did you go, AHPI? Oh no. Oh no. We're doing all types of shenanigans here. Come here. Grab this little hand tool here. Okay. Oh, there it is. It's way up above. Okay. AEMD starting to push at 475. I mean, at this point, AHPI, it's possible that it could come back up. That, well, if this gray line can hold above the purple line, then we should be good. But right now it's kind of crossing over, and with it crossing over to the downside, more than likely it's going to sell off. It'd have to hold up. If you look real close, you can see it's already crossed to the downside. Yeah, and you're starting to get some upper wicks. A lot of selling pressure, upper wicks. Yeah, I would be careful at the moment. I'd be waiting it out a little bit longer. Hey man, I got all this space again. There's got to be a way to keep that space from happening. I don't want to be... Actually, I don't even want to be there. I don't want any space. There we go. Ooh, a little hammer candle there. And may have to get out here. Because we broke up to 75 but got immediately pushed back down. SGLC starting to climb back up. It's going to run into that 200 day, but break that 200 day, it definitely could start moving. Yeah, CHPI cracking. Yeah, it's confirmed that crossover to the downside. It's probably not going to do anything but sell off at this point. FRLN. Whoa. This is some crazy movement on this from 785 to 15. Whoa, what a gap up. What is that gap about? Did I get halted and gap up that high? Yeah. See, that is certainly quite the gap up. That's not a normal gap up at all. Looks like we're going to try to push for 475 again here. Got a little bit of selling at 470 on the ask. Yep. And they got taken out. Very nice. Oh, nope. Still coming back in. Selling at 470. So we got to get through that and 475. Yeah, and we need to see actually the price. There we go. That's what I was about to say. We need to see the price pop over 70 and bids start stacking at 470, and you can see they are. Very nice. Very nice. We're going to test 470. We're breaking out. Very nice. Triangle breakout here. Up to 480. I'm still having trouble. I mean, we're looking good, but the fact it's not like that that pop up to 480 should have continued to pop, and it didn't. It got slammed down. Yeah, look, see, a lot of selling pressure in this area. Ew, maybe not a triangle breakout. Maybe a fake out breakout. It's 2 upper wicks in a row. We needed to see this candle stay strong. We got 20 seconds on this candle to close. I got too excited. Thought we were going to break out there. I don't know, Daniel B. What's up? What are you up to, buddy? How you doing today in this choppy market? Choppy, choppy, choppy. How we look there? Still red. Still red. I'm just gonna add a stop loss in here right at my entry. So I'll at least break even if this is a fake out breakout, because it's not breaking out like it should. Up out of a triangle like that, it should make a nice leg up, but it's really struggling. So I'm going to put a stop loss order in there at 455. So that way, no matter what, if this does start turning back around, I at least will not take a loss on this. The H&H Trader and I was talking about this last night. It's like, especially with my trading, a lot of times I'm up on the stocks when I get in them, and I end up holding them too long or whatever else. So if I'm getting up in every single stock just about, why would I not just put a stop loss or mark it out when it comes back down to my price? I mean, I could avoid a lot of losses if I just stop myself out at my entry price. Why the small position size? Well, for one, I've already made several trades, so I don't have a ton of funds left. But it's a choppy market. You know, it's very choppy. We got the SPY possibly cracking. We don't have anything running crazy. Thursday and Friday, we didn't have any big runs. So to go in heavy on a day like this, you're pretty much asking for it. I mean, there's no reason to, jump in something with a bunch of shares at the moment. Because these stocks are turning around very quickly. And we're seeing a lot of weakness. I mean, AHPI couldn't break 7. AHPI could have been a very big breakout. I had 90 shares of it. If it had broke 7 and ran 8, then that would have been like $100-something win there. But we didn't get a breakout. And besides that, you don't always need to take big share size anyway to make money. I took one share on TVIX last year at the beginning of the COVID drop, and ended up making like $500 or $600 off of that one share of that inverse ETN. So you can make money with a small amount of shares. And I'm on a cash account too, so I'm not on margin account. I can't trade as much, like I can't trade unlimited. I have a limit before I don't have any money until tomorrow again. So you gotta. If I was to go all in on one stock and I take a loss on that one stock, and then I don't have any more money to trade with, well, then that's just, it's not great. You see, I'm sure you've probably seen like Ross Cameron and other of these gurus that, they trade with hundreds of thousands of shares, but that's just crazy. Even if I had millions of dollars, I still wouldn't trade with hundreds of thousands of shares at once. I've got some cryptos left. I know they're dropping, but I'm not holding that many cryptos. I'm not hardly holding anything besides gold and silver at the moment and cash. As long as Bitcoin stays above 30,000, I really don't care what the cryptos do at the moment. Ooh, silver's coming back down. I might have to pick up a little bit of silver at these prices. U.S. oil is oil is tanking. Is the U.S. dollar tanking? Let's see here. Where's the dollar? No, the dollar's not tanking yet. Yeah, Bitcoin's not even down to 30,000 yet. It's just barely under 3,100 or 31,000. Well, at some point, inflation's getting worse. We still got unemployment problems. We're still in a ton of debt. Interest rates are still rising, so we can't pay the debt. The Federal Reserve, like I said, I think is already tapered and just not telling anybody because they don't want to they don't want the market to crash, because the moment they say yes, we are tapering, the market is going to dump. But I think those last 3 days of last week, that dump off was them tapering, them stopping putting money in the market to see what it was going to do, if it would hold itself up. But the market is so propped up. Like, it is so propped up. It's not, we shouldn't be at these highs. Valuations for stocks are insane for a lot of stocks. So, there's still a lot that could happen between now and January, Elvis. You're talking 6 months away. Yeah, like I said, I don't trade options, so I don't like options. I would rather be in gold and silver stocks, or physical gold and silver. I keep silver around. That's my fake stash. Yeah, all I got in this box right. Jesus. Oh, what's going on? What happened in that box? Something sticky. I always keep a little silver around, man. I like the physical silver. You're doing options. You're not really doing anything with. There's money to be made in options, that's for sure, but you're not really buying anything when you buy an option. You're just buying a contract, basically, from my understanding. Ask Sam. Well, I mean, silver's down, but I mean, silver's not down that much. It's not like I just said. Like if it stays down or drops any lower, I'm gonna go buy me some more physical silver. Because at some point, I mean, at some point, it's gonna be it. Like I am pretty sure that there's no saving America's economy at this point. I'm on a 5 minute. Let me pull out to a 4 hour chart. Oh, so well, silver did crack that triangle it's been in. Or actually, my line may be my line is a little off. My trend line. Let me adjust it a little bit, but still, yeah, even adjusting it, it's still right below. But there is strong support at $25. I mean, this is strong support. That's what I was saying. If it stays down at 25 today, I may take a stroll out, go down to a coin store and see what they got in. But it was support. It was resistance here. It was support here, and then it turned into resistance again here multiple times. Shot up and then held 425 as support again. Held it here. Did crack there for a little bit down on the trend line. Pulled back up, and then this is the first test of 425 we've had in a while since April. And like I said, silver will drop with the stock market. But on the way back up, silver will probably skyrocket. Well, I don't know. Everything's so crazy this time. This time is different. With the inflation and everything, silver should be going up. But right now, we're getting this little... The dollar is still trying to push up. We're getting this false confidence in the dollar. And that's gonna... It can't push up when it's being inflated like it is. My profit target on AEMD is $5. If it can break 5, then my profit target would be 6. But 5 is really strong resistance for multiple reasons. For one, you can see it on the daily chart. It held up as support back here, but 5 is a natural psychological support and resistance. So I'm going to hold it up to 5 if it can get there, and then we'll see what happens at 5. If it can break 5, then we'll be good to go. If it can't break 5, then I'm going to take it there, which would be like, what am I in at? 454 to 546. It'd be like a $20 win at 5. So I mean it's not a huge win, but for the possibility of it to break out, if it breaks out, it could turn into a bigger win. But in the sketchy market, we're not in a hot enough market to be having high profit targets. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, maybe. You know, it is a possibility. Take half. I mean, that's what I did with AHPI. I took half off when it got to my price target. So it's just I don't have a lot of shares. I only got 40. So even if it does go to 5, like I said, it's only like $20. So if I take half, then it would really have to rip for me to make much more money, because then I'd only have 20 shares.
So that's kind of the thing, like, you gotta think about with your share sizes and stuff, is like, how is it worth actually locking out half? And at this point, I'm actually probably going to start moving my stop loss up. Yeah, I'm going to move it up some. But like I said, I got the stop loss in here. No matter what, I'm going to end this trade. It's going to be it's going to be a green trade. Why isn't it moving up? Actually, we're starting to come up to 5 now, so that's nice. There we go. All right. What did I get it set at? A 460. Okay, so my stop loss is now at 460, so I'm guaranteed a little bit of profits. I have the AT. I have the AT ladder. I pop it over when I need to use it. But I don't. I don't need all of this up here to trade it though. I only use it for the stop losses. Got some selling pressure at 480. Oh yeah. To move the stop, yeah. I only moved it like 3 cents or 4 cents, so it's hard when these stocks are this volatile where you got like quite a bit of room. Sometimes these things it's hard to move that little stop loss. For some reason, I've been messing with some settings. Normally that doesn't happen where the candles show up in front of the stop loss. Although I should call this one a stop win. uh, that was cringe. Some young kids in the chat are like, did that old man just say cringe? Get him the hell out of here. I'm going to let this ride for a little bit here. I will be right back, guys. I got to go take a call real quick. I should be back in like 5 minutes. I don't think we're gonna. I could be wrong. It could start to break out. Well, I got my phone on me. If it starts breaking out, then I'll lock it out. If not, then whatever. But I'll be right back, guys.
Alright. Appreciate you guys' patience. Looks like I just got stopped out there. Yeah, I did. $1.60. But that's what I was saying. It's better to have a stop win than a stop loss, I think, is the what I'm gonna say. GLG still having issues staying over $1, but see AHPI starting to come back up. I don't I don't know who you are, but I appreciate you taking over the live stream for me. I see oh, of course Daniel B had ask a question he knew the answer to. See, what was I looking at? It was AHPI. That's what I was looking at. Trying to climb back up to 7. Oh, I actually did just test 7 again. What's the SPY doing? SPY back under 425. Ooh, yeah, that's not pretty for the SPY there. It couldn't break over 425. Biden over the weekend accused Facebook of killing people for misinformation. So we got some other guys popping up here. MTSL, the break over 5. The NXRP, oh, that's that one with the good PR. Trying to come back up as well. Still no crossover yet on that, so I'm going to wait that one out. MTSL is too high for me to jump in at the moment. Kind of missed it there. That 439 would have been, well, 450 basically would have been a good entry on this, but it's up a little high now, so nothing I can do about that. Ooh, AHPI may try to break 7 here. I'm actually gonna keep an eye on AHPI here. See how much funds I have left. See what I can do with this. Because if we get the $7 break, this thing could start going nuts. I got enough to do. Got enough to get a little bit of shares. Yeah, I'm gonna see if it's gonna break. I got 30 more shares of this in at 697, starting to push up over the tops of these candles. Gotta break 710 basically to get going. Yeah, I don't like that. We're looking good there for a second, but now we're starting to push back down. We're still 10 is still above the purple line, so that's good. But it needs to break 7, because we could just get rejected here. It needs to break it very, very soon. I need to make a new high as well. I need to break over. Getting held up at 710. Where's the tops of these candles at? Okay. So actually, we're still getting held up at 7. 710 and 715. There is some resistance, but we're getting held up. If you draw a line right across the tops of these bodies of these candles, it is right at 7. Like that. Boom, boom, boom. But we are holding up 690. Well, spoke too soon. Come on. So that is a bit of a indecision there, double top as well. So this candle's fixing to close, so let's see how this next candle opens up, because it's going to open up right at, yeah, right there at 690. There we go, starting to push back up a little. Looks like we're going to try to make a little cup, a little U or something right here. I don't trade large caps. I'll invest long term in them. Mid caps, yeah. If I see a mid cap that's pretty low float, that's got some action going on, then yeah, I'll trade it. But I stay pretty much between $1 and $20. That's my home range. That's where I'm comfortable at. I know these little soul stealing stocks like the back of my hand, just about. You know, these little crazy stocks that can rip big or drop big. All right, you got to break 7 here. Let's see it. See that buying volume come in. And a little bit. Starting to get some bids at 7. See if that 7 support or 7 resistance can start holding that support, because that's what we need to see. So still holding as resistance. That's right. The greatest day trading live stream on earth while I'm sitting here being quiet, waiting for this to break. I can make it more exciting. I can get crazy now if you guys want me to get crazy. I just don't. I'm staying very calm and collected in this choppy market. There's not a lot of frisk going about in this market, so my phone just go off again. You think the green stick is overextended, Daniel B? It looks like the green stick is going to overextend quite a bit. It looks like it got it some extends pills. It's very, very close to a breakout here, but it is struggling. This candle's fixing to close. So if this candle can close over 7, we should be ready for the next leg up. If it can't close over 7, we may get rejected here. We got 30 seconds. It's a little sketchy. Yeah, we're not going to get to close over 7. Well, closed right at 7. Didn't close over it, just right at it. So this would be the breakout here if it's going to come on this candle. So what did I say? 735 may be a little resistance if it does break. Let me look back at this 5-minute chart here. Yeah, there's a little resistance at a little bit. Well, no, we'll see here. This is technically a bull flag, but you guys know how I don't care much about the technical terms of things. But it is a bull flag. There's your flagpole, and then you got a flag. A little triangle there attached to the flagpole.
We're giving it a go here. 710 starting to break down. See 715. High is at 716. What red sticks are going down, Daniel B? What are you talking about? All I see is a green stick that's pushing up right now. So let's see if we can break 725. Because we could do like we did last time. We could have done this push up and now we could sell off if we hit a new high. It's going to depend on volume. It looks good though, but we are getting hung up at 715. Did we hit a new high? Yeah, we did hit a new high. When the hell did it hit 722? I didn't realize we broke over 716. Oh yeah, no, never mind. I'm being stupid. We were testing 725. I remember now. It was just a very quick test. Why isn't it showing it as a high a day though? Oh well, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah, resistance at 725. Let's see if that can break. There's nothing wrong with 90s music. The 90s was the best time I think we've ever had in human history. 90s and early 2000s, man. Those are some pretty decent years. So we are trying to hold up here and trying to test the 725. Regular 725. We got room to 735. And then probably 750. So we don't, I mean... Let me think here. Let's see. What are we up? 24%. The biggest gainer we got on the NASDAQ's 44%. See a little selling coming in there at 721. You agree, Lori? It was a great time, man. It was a lot more peaceful back in the 90s. It wasn't that much going on. You know, Bill Clinton was getting his little getting a little frisky in the White House and all that, but other than that,
90s was suck. Well, you wasn't in America in the 90s, Daniel B. You were over in a different country. Billy. Wow, one life. That's one way to put it. Things really didn't start going awry. I mean, economically, things were going awry in the 90s. People just didn't know it. We did have a decently booming economy, but ever since the dollar came off the gold standard, the economy has just been all fake. But at least it was a peaceful fake, I guess. Yeah, it is testing that or doing that $7 retest. That's why I'm just sitting back right now. I'm not even got my hand on the trigger or anything because I think it's gonna at least try to push to that 735. Monica was on a mission. Was she one of the Y2K 2000? Yeah, that was a joke. Everybody was so freaked out. That didn't make any sense to me, man. That whole thing never made sense. It's like the computer's clocks are going to reset and it's going to cause nuclear bombs to go off. Like, what? Why would it do that? I wasn't even that old in 2000. Yeah, I was 12 in 2000. My childhood was all in the 90s. And I don't remember, let's see, we're testing at 725. And let's see. Testing. Nope, still not able to break. Let's see, we're getting real close for it to try though. Buying volume can come in here. In this choppy market we got, I don't think anything's going to go into FOMO mode. It's a possibility, but I don't think anything's going to go into FOMO mode, really. Yeah, he was working at a bank. Oh man, well, you're older than me, Lightning Rick. If he was working while I was 12, Y2K. I kind of don't like that candle there. A little bit. I don't like that candle, the way that closed. So it may be what I was talking about at first, where I said we may hit a high and then pull back. This is only 4 million in shares. It doesn't take much for this to move. And it's taken us forever just to get up to 725. It's taken like what? 30 minutes? No, actually almost an hour. for it to climb $1 basically. Because this stock ripped, when was that, Wednesday I think? Wednesday or Thursday, ripped from $4 all the way up to $11.50. So with big buying volume, this thing can rip, but it's just, I don't think we're in the market for it. SPY coming back down again, testing that 50-day again. What was I in? Oh yeah, AHPI. Got a minute and a half on this candle to try to hold above 7. And if anybody's got any questions, suggestions, or anything, go ahead and get those in, because we're going to give the stream about 15 minutes here, and then I'm calling it a day, and I'm going to go get some lunch. Well, actually, I'm not going to go get it, but I'm going to go eat it. But it does look like this is going to hold up 7 again. So you're having a second retest of 7. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it might crack. All right, 30 seconds for this candle to close. Right now, I'm not in anything on my long-term portfolio. I sold out all of my stocks. I don't have any stocks that I'm holding right now at the moment other than this trade and GLG I'm holding for a swing, which may or may not end today. But I've been super bearish on the stock market the past 6 months. Oh, we're starting to crack down a little bit. See if we're going to push back above 7 here or not. If not, I'm getting out. Matter of fact, I'm going to be careful and just put a stop loss in it. Oh, that's where I was going to put a stop loss in it. Okay, let's hold that up. So we're back over 7. I'm not trying to short it. What are you talking about? Oh, I have 30 shares, not 40. Okay. But yeah, I went to all cash because I've not seen anything to prove otherwise that the market is not going to crash. Any advice for beginners? One Life, you're crazy. You are crazy. You know, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that I can tell you for beginners. You know, I have video after video on the playlist, the trading playlist lesson too, that is all types of stuff for beginners, and the day trading starter guide and all of that. So I don't know if there's anything I really haven't covered. But I mean, you want to be, number one, lock out profits when you have them. And then discipline. Discipline to keep your losses very tight. Lock out profits when you have them. And patience.
See, last Thursday and Friday, I wasn't that patient, and it cost me both days. I ended up being red. And today I started out not being patient, but I slowed down a little bit and started being more patient as we were seeing the market get kind of ugly. You started watching the videos yesterday. That's awesome. I appreciate that support. But yeah, there's a lot in that trading playlist lesson. Like, I cover a lot. I don't think there's much that I haven't really covered other than other types of trading strategies like Fibonacci's and all of that, because I don't really mess with that. But like I said, patience, discipline, be a robot. Don't let your emotions get you in trouble. You want to be as robotic as possible. Yeah, but this ain't going to be a pullback, Daniel B. You know as well as I do that this is not going to be some type of pull. It's not going to be a correction. When the U.S. dollar hits hyperinflation, then it's going to get ugly. Pullbacks are a part of investing. I agree with you on that. But the pullback that we're heading towards at some point this year or maybe next year, not the normal pullback. No risk, really? There's no risk at all buying ETFs for the long term? You better not need that money. That's all I'm going to say. Going back up to the 725. Giving a little test here. In general, yeah, I agree with you. It is less risky to buy ETFs than buy a single company. I agree with that in general. But we're not in general circumstances. This is the first time that a lot of different things are happening with the world and with America, so no, I'm talking about the crashes coming in the next year. Like this year or next year, worst case. If you really want to know what I really think is going to happen, I think that, like I said last night on the last rip, I think the Feds have already started tapering. They're doing small tapers to slowly get the tapering transition momentum from their money to investors' money, because they got to give people false confidence. That's why I say I think they're going to pump the market back up. They're just letting it drop some. But this very well could be the start of a pretty big correction. I mean, if it doesn't hold the 50-day, there's not really any support all the way down to 391. So that correction alone would be a pretty strong correction.
Oh, AMD starting to. Wait, no, that's not what I meant. AHPI, that's what I meant. Okay, there we go. But what I really think is they've already started tapering, and we're starting to move up here. Going to test that 735. Go ahead and remove the stop loss. But I think the Democrats pretty much know at this point that they're going to lose the House and the Senate in January. And they're not slowing down spending money. Like, we're in so much debt. And they're continuing to spend. So I think what they're going to do is let the Republicans win and let the market crash on the Republicans. So then they can say, we're starting to get frisky here, boys. We're getting real frisky, breaking over 750. But then if the Republicans win and everything crashes, they can say, hey, see what happens when you vote Republican. Don't ever vote for him again. And then they're shoo-in for president in 2024. Right? So, speculation, of course. But there's shenanigans going on. Like I said, you guys have been following for a while. You know my saying. There's shit afoot and there's a foot of shit. So that's the whole government right now and the Federal Reserve. Are we gonna break over 8? We're gonna get real frisky here. It might have been right one life. If we break over 8, FOMO, this is going to turn into a FOMO play because I wasn't expecting it to shoot up to 8 like that quick. Just trying to push up there. Nah, y'all are crazy. You're ignoring everything economically wrong with America right now. To think that the COVID dip was the big correction is no. Looks like we're gonna break over 8. Well, there's nothing good happening right now for the economy. Nothing. Literally nothing. We've got high inflation. We've got unemployment that cannot get filled. And it's not because there's not jobs. There's 9 million jobs, but they're just not getting filled. There's a lot of societal things going on. Splits and cracks and fissures. And all of that. The politicians and the government, they're just driving the bus right off the hill. And the saying is, united we stand, divided we fall. And this is the most divided I think we've ever been in this country. So you want to ignore the hyperinflation, the inflation that I've been talking about that's continues to rise, that I said was going to continue to rise for the past 6 months. The interest rates, the rock and the hard place, the Federal Reserve is in between, all of that. You guys know the spiel. I've went through it. You guys just don't, if you disagree with me, that's fine. I could be wrong, but more than likely, the U.S. dollar is done for. Even the Federal Reserve is saying they're working on a digital dollar, so maybe lock this out if it can't hold up here. No, it's still trying to hold. Well, I'm giving it a chance to see if the FOMO play is going to kick in. My profit target, was 730, 750. So I'm way over my profit target right now. So I'm just letting it
have some time here to see if it's going to try to break out some more. If not, I'll lock it out if it starts coming back down any more than this. But we're trying to test that 8. We've got good volume. Oh. Where's the 753? Let me look here. Yeah, we got support. We got a good bit of support at 775. Yeah, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I know what the market does over the long term, but if the U.S. does not have a currency, that means nothing in the U.S. is worth anything. I mean, like commodities and assets and stuff will be sky high with super inflation. And it's just gonna make that gap between the poor and the rich even wider. We're basically gonna have, and I think it's what's gonna happen with real estate too, is because real estate's continuing to rise because there's a house shortage and inflation at the same time. So if you own a house, you're basically gonna be rich, and if you don't own a house, you're gonna be poor. But I don't think you understand what is happening in America right now. We are at a cycle. We are at the end of a cycle. So the America that you guys know, the 140 years of data, is not going to be relevant to what is about to happen. I've given you all types of statistics and data to back up my point, and all you guys have said is no, that's not going to happen. So, like I said, we can disagree. We can agree to disagree. Like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope what is coming is not what I think is coming, but from what I've seen, I haven't seen anything to contradict it. People can say whatever they want. They said AMC was going to 500, and you see where AMC is at now. So, yeah, okay. Funny ideas, huh? Funny ideas. Eight's starting to crack a little bit on me. Take it here if 8's not going to hold. See if 8 can hold a support. Maybe the start of a pullback though. Getting out. I'm gonna lock it out. Starting to crack at 775. So that was like what? I sold it right at 70.75. So I was in at 697. So probably about $28. Left a little bit on the table, but I wanted to see how much more it could break. But not too bad. So AHPI, 2 trades on it. Both of them very nice. Listen to what you just said, Daniel B. The whole world is depending on U.S. customer spending. If the US dollar is worthless, then what is the US customers going to be buying those things with? Just saying. Just saying. We're this close to record high inflation. We're this close, and that is record high inflation based off of the CPI index, which is not accurate. The CPI index is, what do I think of SoFi in the future? Yeah, it's all bad right now. That's what I'm saying. It's all bad right now, and the government is not doing anything but spending more money. Same thing with the Federal Reserve. They're not doing anything but printing more money. Both spending and printing money are not the answers to getting out of debt. You don't get out of debt by spending more money and printing more money. Like, you get out of debt by cutting spending or increasing revenue streams. The government is not doing either. They're not doing anything to stop the inflation or help with the inflation or anything. And the Federal Reserve is not doing anything but talking. Jerome Powell's just been talking. That's all he's done. He's just like, I mean, other than the billions they're pumping in every month that they're going to eventually stop doing, which is going to leave a hole of billions of dollars in the market every month. We'll see who comes in and fills that hole. Yeah, SPY's still cracking. So I was expecting him to try to pump the market up today, but it doesn't even look like they're going to try, unless they are trying. Now that is the one thing that has been in the back of my mind on this pullback, is if they are trying to pump the market back up, the Federal Reserve, and they can't do it, then it's over. Investors are going to lose all confidence. And when investors lose all confidence in the stock market, you're going to see money fly out of the stock market like crazy. But this is still too early to tell. I mean, this could be the correction right here to 50, and then it could bounce back up. But it just doesn't. It's not looking as promising this time for a bounce back up as it has been. What? Why do they recommend children over the age 2 wear a mask? Okay. Seems like we're a little past that. We got a vaccine. Oh, there it goes. Oh, God. Oh, God, the Keebler elf has popped his head back up. He's been hiding because they called him out about his emails to the Wuhan lab. And now he came back out, the little Keebler elf. Look at him. He's pleading people to get vaccinated. Please, please take this vaccine. Please do it. My wife called her prescription in the other day. I don't care what you think about the vaccine. This should scare the living shit out of you, though. She called to put in her prescription, and the pharmacy was saying, get your vaccine now to enter for 5 chances to win $1 million. What? Why are they trying to pay people? Why are they trying to entice people millions of dollars to take the vaccine? That has never happened in history. Giveaways on a vaccine? Like, what? Call shenanigans. Like I said, there's shit afoot and there's a foot of shit. Yeah. Normally I do stream every market open. Sometimes I'm a little late. That's why I say 8:30ish. If you look let's see, I don't know which way my finger would be pointing, but the thing that's around me to the side, one of these sides, it says it on there, Monday, Friday. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got the 1 point right. Okay, because there's a little delay. Uh, but it says 8:30ish. So like 8:30ish is kind of what you can bank on. Normally most of the time I'm on time, but there's some days where I'm not. Well, there was a picture of when Nancy Pelosi was supposed to get the vaccine. The picture they took of the guy putting the needle in her arm, they zoomed in on it, and there was an orange cap still on the needle. She had the orange needle cap being pressed against her arm. There was no needle going into her arm. So I don't like a lot of people don't know this, but I know like I invested in CRISPR Therapeutics last year, and CRISPR is what the vaccines are besides the Johnson & Johnson. The Johnson & Johnson's a normal vaccine, but the Moderna and Pfizer and all that, God, I'm probably going to get banned from YouTube for saying this shit. I shouldn't even be saying this on here. Well, I can say that part. mRNA vaccine is DNA editing. The technology was made by CRISPR Therapeutics. They send the CRISPR gene editing gnome into your body, and it goes down into the DNA, and they turn on the antibodies for SARS and flu and that type of stuff. The problem is with gene editing, because there is a million different outcomes that can happen when you switch genes, because it's just like I don't know, there's really nothing like, and it's not really a metaphor I can think of to explain genes, but when you change one gene or turn it on or off, it can very easily turn on or off something somewhere else. And because there's millions of genes and combinations of genes, that is a whole lot of different possibilities and outcomes that can affect individuals different because everybody's genes are different. So that's why you hear about some weird cases, like you'll hear like a small amount of people might have like some blurry vision after getting it, or some people, like, it's just weird stuff because this technology is pretty new and it's great. CRISPR is almost cured diabetes from what I've seen. So it's a great technology, but it is very new. And I talked to a specialist, as I had to go to a specialist a while back at the hospital for a couple of things, but I was talking to him about it because he was familiar with CRISPR and all of that, and he was saying when you turn a gene on, we don't know what else we're turning on or off. So he's like, there's so much more research to do. And I'm not trying to get anybody not to take the vaccine. If you want to take the vaccine, you go right ahead. Like, I'm not knocking anybody for it. All I'm saying is I've known about what the vaccine was before it was a vaccine for COVID in particular, because of CRISPR Therapeutics. And it very well, I mean, it's working for a lot of people, but like I said, it's experimental. Like, anybody who thinks it's not experimental, trust me, you go look at CRISPR Therapeutics. It's probably water. Silver still dropping. Well, yeah, no, I mean, I was watching the Fauci hearing. It was like a couple of weeks ago, and they had his emails. Fauci's emails leaked, and he got tore up on the stand. He had no answers to anything. They were asking him all types of stuff, and he just sit there and looked like and that's what I was saying. He disappeared. Like, after that, after he got tore up on that hearing, he was ghost. And now all of a sudden the Delta variant's back and Fauci's back out of his little groundhog hole. Just for everybody, I'm not Republican or Democrat either, so we don't need to get into political debates or any of that on this channel. But there is things going on, whether you believe it or not. There's things going on. You just gotta look at the money. Follow the money. My dad always said, he said, follow the money. And when you follow the money, you will find the answers. Don't follow the media, because the media is out to make money. That's all the media is there for. They want to get paid, so they're going to put out whatever they can get views on. Especially now, because the mainstream media is competing with YouTube and these independent news sources and stuff online, and they can't compete with it. You go look at CNN's actually for sale right now. If anybody didn't know that, CNN is in massive amounts of debt, and they're trying to sell it, and they can't even sell it. So that's why you see them with the craziest headlines, because they're just trying to make any money they possibly can. But it's the same thing with Fox. Fox is the same way. They're trying to make money any way they can. Fox was owned by Disney until some type of weird deal that happened, which technically I think they're still owned by Disney, but which is funny because Disney's more left-leaning than you would think. And Fox News is supposed to be right-leaning, but they're owned by a left-leaning parent company. So, it's all about the money. None of the left, right, any of this politics shit, none of it matters. It's all about the money. And most of American politicians are corrupt. It's not just the Democrats. The Democrats just don't care anymore. They have went full on. I mean, at this point, it's pretty obvious and blatant. They were like, I've been watching the hearings for the people they're trying to put in the Supreme Court and stuff like that, and they were just blatantly ignoring questions. Not even like they'd get asked a very specific question, like. John F. Kennedy's son, John Kennedy, was questioning the Supreme Court judge and was like, what was he asked her? He asked her a very specific question about her past, and she started going into how the Supreme Court worked. Like, pretty sure 70-year-old John Kennedy, whose dad was assassinated to run him for president, knows how the government works and the Supreme Court works. It was like a kindergarten explanation of the Supreme Court, and I was just like, what? What's that got to do with anything? It was silly. So but don't let, and it's not. I don't like to say all. I don't like to say all Democrats or all Republicans or any of that, because it's not all of them. Like, there's some that are trying to actually help Americans and not steal our wealth. But there's some on both sides that are out to steal all of our wealth. Silver's still holding 25, pretty strong. Gold. I should have bought some gold back here in this dip. But yeah, like I said, I don't really care about the political side. I care about the economic side, because the economic side is the side where you're going to make money. It just happens to be that politics is ingrained in economics now. DIXY. But I'm not knocking anybody for anything other than the government itself. I knock the government all the time because they're either stupid as hell or... See, the US dollar just strengthened against the Australian dollar. That's kind of weird.
Let's check cryptos real quick. See what Bitcoin's looking like. Yeah, Bitcoin just, yeah, it's fine. And that downward sloping channel still, but yeah, exactly. I'm pretty sure he's JFK's son. JFK was killed in like 1950 or whatever, and John Kennedy is I think he's John Kennedy Jr. I may be wrong. They had the same name, so I thought it was his son. Like, I don't pay that much attention to the politicians and their stories. Doesn't really matter. I don't really care if it is or not. Hold on just a second, guys. Anyway, didn't mean to go off on a political rant or anything. It's not so much political rant. It's just that economics is directly tied into politics. GLG still trying to hold a dollar. But I mean, you look around the world, there's literally multiple countries protesting and rioting. Cuba just started. It's pretty crazy out there right now. And they're all protesting and rioting the governments, the centralized governments. But I'll just say this. Don't get caught up in the hype of all the politics. It's literally like a reality TV show. Like, they've set it up where that is what it's like. And all it's going to do is just, you see people fighting over it and stuff all the time. And it's just ridiculous. It's like we're all trying to get to the same goal. We all want a better place. It's just we all disagree on how to get there. That doesn't mean that we should all kill each other. Like, we should talk about it a little bit before we go straight to the the knife throwing. We need the aliens to step in. Well, they've been talking about the aliens on all the news stations there. There was a couple of weeks there. It was alien spaceships and everything else. I'll believe in aliens before I believe a politician. How about that? That's where I'm at this point.
I don't know. You know, that's the thing with China, man, and a lot of other countries too. Like the way we see the rest of the world, and I'm sure Lori can attest to this since she lives in Thailand. I think if I remember correctly, the way we're taught the rest of the world looks and is compared to America is like, you know, other countries are not that safe, especially third world countries and things like that. But I'll tell you what, you go to Chicago, Daniel B., you're in Chicago, you can testify to this. I guarantee Chicago is just as bad as any South American third world country right now. I mean, you got El Salvador accepting Bitcoin. I'm about to pack up and go to South America. Paraguay's next. They said they're about to accept Bitcoin. But a lot of China, I'm sure China is pretty bad. But it is very possible that a lot of stuff is getting propagandized by our media about China. Now, I'm not defending China or anything, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying the lens that we have been trained to look through is pretty biased. You know. Like they blame Russia for every single hack. And I watched them ask Putin blatantly to his face if he's doing it, and he's like, no. And it doesn't look like he's lying. So, you know, it's all countries have their problems. So, you know, it's not like there's one place or another that is way worse or way better. Like there's problems everywhere right now. Oh, Taiwan, that's right. I'm sorry, Louis. I was thinking Thailand, but Taiwan, that's right. But are you originally from America? Or are you from Taiwan? Because I know you said you were staying in Taiwan. I know we got way off the stock market topic. Then we say NXRP building up. NXRP, man, the entry was back down here. That entry was a while ago when I was talking about it, man. You wait now to get into it. I mean, that is a little bit of a flag. If it breaks 14, it could start ripping. What are you talking about? This? My picture? Don't know? Is that what you're talking about? Let's 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 not get into all of that. Oh, you're from Europe. Well, okay. Well, all I was asking for you, Lori, is because you. And that's even better that you're from Europe. The media. I mean, I'm sure you see American news, and they probably get it wrong quite a bit. I would imagine. No, this is not from Etsy. This is a trade I took. I can't remember what the trade was, but it was a really good trade I made, and I saved the chart pattern from it, and then I wanted a picture for my background. So because I was proud of that one trade that I made, I did a little designing with the chart there a little bit, and then I had it printed out on a canvas. So that's not just some random stock market picture. That is actually a picture of a trade I took. Like last year sometime, I think. I don't know. It obviously wasn't that important of a trade because I don't even remember what it was, but I just wanted a cool picture to me. Yeah, I appreciate that. I think it looks all right. It's even got the Framework Fortune logo in the background. It's real light. I'm scared to take it off the wall. I may not be able to get it back on. I ain't gonna take it off the wall, but it's just the Framework Fortune logo is just kind of faded in the background of the chart. Go practice penalty kicks. GME, are they getting back on GameStop again? I'm gonna have to get going, guys. I gotta get some food and get working on some editing. I got a lot of editing to do. Hey, GameStop getting a little. COVID fears overshadow Space Jam box office. Don't. I'm done. That's it. Why is this on the spy? Why is this? Who even had that idea? No, I think it's because nobody wanted to see a remake of Space Jam, not because of COVID. Yeah. Okay, well, no problem, Lori. I was just saying, a lot of people I talk to from out of the United States, because I know, Liam's from the UK, Trader Chick, she's from South America. We've got a lot of friends overseas and in the Southern and South America and stuff, and they're all the time like they'll say the same thing, that their countries have problems. But they'll say Americans, well, Daniel B., you're from another country too. You definitely can attest to this, I know for sure. The way America's taught to look at everything is through a very small scope. Remake of Space Jam and the Feds, both fake news. Yeah, LeBron doing another flop. The pic behind me is the trade of Etsy stock. Good jokes, guys. I like it. LeBron doing another flop. He does flop a lot. For him to call himself one of the greatest players of all time, man, he does flop a little bit. But I ain't gonna lie, I am in the 23 camp, not the LeBron 23, but all of them championships. There was a meme I saw the other day. It was like Scottie Pippen talking to Michael Jordan. He's like, LeBron's made it to another Game 7. And Michael Jordan's like, what's a Game 7? And then they start laughing. All right, guys. I'm going to call it a day. Appreciate everybody joining me as always. We'll be back tomorrow morning for some more live trading. And the episode of The Last Rip will be out tonight to kind of go over the trades I took today. I am ending green on the day, 68 in profit on AHPI, 21 loss. That brings me down to 57. And then there was another loss somewhere for like $10, I think.
So I'm up like 47 on the day, but I'm still overall down because of that last 2 days of trading, Thursday and Friday. That awful, awful trading I did. Ugh. Ooh. Ooh, Daniel B, that was savage. That hurt. Some people's feelings got hurt from that comment. That was I'm gonna laugh about that later off stream, but I'm not gonna laugh about that right now because that's messed up, man. Michael Jordan never faced adversity. That's because Michael Jordan was so good that there was no adversity for him. LeBron faces adversity with his shoelaces. Michael Jordan didn't have to, like if you got to give somebody an excuse to be the greatest of all time, then they're not the greatest of all time. You don't get to be the GOAT and have excuses. Like it doesn't work like that. That's like that's like that's like that would be like I'm trying to think of a good that would be like I don't know. I was trying to use like a rapper or something, but there's too much rappers that could be considered the GOATs. That would be like Tom Brady saying, I'm the GOAT and I should be the GOAT, but Brett Favre, he didn't have a pinky injury like I did. That pinky injury, if I didn't have that pinky injury, I'd be the best ever for sure. There'd be no doubt about it. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. You don't get to claim to be the GOAT and have excuses. What do you mean? Jordan, most people's underwear Jordan brought to them. The Fruit Loom or whatever is Hanes, that's who his sponsorship is. He cares about his fans. He's trying to make sure everybody's balls are nice and comfy. I've seen Jordan play in real time. I was real little, but I watched plenty of his games back. I was a big basketball fan as a kid and through high school. I know my basketballs. I used to play basketball. I'm just 4 foot tall, so, not really any hope there for me in the big leagues. So I had to turn into a day trader. I don't know. I'm not, I'm in the Jordan camp, like I said. LeBron's a really good basketball player, but when you're 6'8" and you're all muscle, like, and you're as agile as he is and as fast as he is to be that big, that's that's pretty hard for anybody to defend. Even like Dirk Nowitzki was 7 foot. He's not as agile. 7 foot and 6'8" is not that much of a difference. Anyway, hey, the Bucks are doing their thing. Giannis, if he still plays for the Bucks, I haven't watched the NBA in years because it just got boring. But if I usually watch college sports now, if I watch any sports, I don't even watch anything anymore, guys. This is my whole life right here is being in front of the screen in the Framework Fortune community. It was like that, my wife and my dogs. That's pretty much all my life is. But Giannis, the Bucks. If he still plays for the Bucks, they're doing their thing. I live in Milwaukee-ish area. So, hey, go Bucks, I guess.
All right, guys, I'm going to call it a day this time. Seriously. I love talking to you guys, but I got to get going because I am short on time. But appreciate everybody joining me as always. Stay safe out there until next time. And then wait for the 5-minute pause of me looking at the side of the screen because it takes me forever to end the stream after.